everybody. Welcome back to another What Are You Playing episode of Games on Monfund. I'm Michael K. Hughes. Who's with me today?
What are you playing, Michael Albertin?
Kristen Banks.
You didn't want to take your attempt at it?
No, I'm not very good at them yet.
She's not played Resident Evil 4, so...
No.
You're missing out.
I haven't played any of them.
Hey, that's next on the show, so you at least get to see some of it.
You get to see the good one, the best one.
Yeah, for the most part. I think I have more fun with 5. But that's not why we're here. We're here to do our monthly catch-up of what we've been playing, watching, reading, whatever. Just talk about stuff we're doing outside the show, on the show. So, guys, I guess it kind of defeats the purpose.
It gives us an excuse to talk about stuff we can't talk about in a regular episode until sometime in the future.
Yeah, stuff that might not necessarily even make a good episode.
Yeah. This is our second time we're doing this.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get it figured out at some point, how the hell to do this.
And this one is for June.
June 2021. When the world starts to open back up, finally.
Yeah, that is really weird. I'm still not completely used to that.
Yeah, we went out last Monday.
Uh-huh.
And it was, we still wore masks and all that stuff, but it was nice going to be out and about again. We're vaxxed now, so.
Same.
That helps. I feel like I have the most to talk about, so I think I'll start.
You do. I have one game and then shows and movies.
I guess something we started playing recently was Lego Harry Potter. Because
yes.
You've never played it before, right?
No, I had not.
I think that was one of those ones that I got all the achievements on 360, but I bought it for, I paid $20 for the old both games, and then we found it for like 10 at Target, and I'm like, yeah, that figures. That's how it always goes.
Which system are you playing it on?
Xbox One, I think?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very clearly an early Lego game.
Yeah, it's before they introduced talking, for starters.
When all the quality of life stuff, sometimes don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. It's very fun. I want to keep playing it. But it's very, like, it doesn't always click them where you want it to. And, like, sometimes it auto unselects spells depending on the character you are.
Yeah.
But the best thing about it is when Guardian Leviosa is the best spell, because I figured out pretty much immediately you can lift a character, like the NPCs up in the air and rotate the stick fast enough that they just spin really quick, and if you let go, they go flying.
Yeah, they just cartwheel through the air into the wall.
And they're just nonchalant about it.
Yep. So we did that for entirely too long. Every time we started to get a lull in the action or whatever, we just pick up people and spin them around.
I've never really played that game very long. I played it maybe one level. I own it, but I've just never really got around to it.
It's a little different from the rest of the Lego formula because you're going from class to class in Hogwarts and learning spells. Like, we're still... I think it started the story of the first movie. Yeah, because we fucked the troll in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still super early on.
Years 1 through 4 for the first game, then 5 through 7 for the second game.
And I think it's assuming that you know the plot already, because it gives away who the bad guy is right at the beginning. Yeah,
every time you see Quibble, he's acting all shifty and stuff, and like,
you're right, it is early. They did Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Batman, and then they did Lego Harry Potter. So that is pretty early.
It's really early.
Yeah, because we've played the last one we played before that was the Lego DC Villains.
Oh yeah, we did play Lego DC.
How is that?
It's fine. It's better than Lego Batman 3.
I liked it. The problem is it's very glitchy. And at one point we put the game down, never picked it back up because we couldn't complete a mission because it wouldn't.
Yeah, like Harley Quinn was eternally jumping and we couldn't select her and we had to use her to complete an objective.
even reloading it up to that point and getting back to that point, it glitched out the same way. So
yeah,
but it was fun otherwise.
Is there was it on Switch or?
No, that one's PS4, I think.
Oh,
I'm sure it's been patched by now.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that game looks super interesting to me.
It is. It's cool.
Yeah, and the custom character you can make for that one's really cool too.
Because that's the first one where you play as your custom character through the story and you get new powers along the way. It's pretty neat.
One day I'm going to make you play my favorite Lego game.
Lord of the Rings or Hobbit? It's
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That game is really good. And you get the best achievement ever. One does not simply walk into Mordor as an achievement.
Walking into Mordor.
Yeah, when you cross the line, the achievement pops and it's the meme.
It's funny.
Great.
I have Lego Force Awakens I want to play at some point. I had to put that on next season.
I've heard good things about it.
I assume you own it.
Interested? I don't own it, actually.
Really? Wow.
I don't know why either. I think it's just, it wasn't cheap when I was still rummaging at GameStop before the apocalypse happened in 2020, so I think that's why.
Before the world ended.
Yeah, because I don't really buy, unless it's Steam, I don't really buy games anymore.
Yeah.
I still buy games on Steam all the time, but other than that, I don't buy games.
I think I got it digitally for like $8.
It sounds about. I also never played Lego Hobbit either.
Yeah, that one I don't think I've played. I might have bought it. That might have been the one that I loaned to a coworker back in Ohio that I never got back. But I have his entire Lord of the Rings trilogy that I've never watched.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we won't be covering that in the show anytime soon.
No.
Because we're fretting about Endgame at the moment. I don't see us we'll be fretting every movie.
3 Endgames in a row? No.
Yeah, I don't think so. You don't have to worry about that.
No. So we've been playing there?
Well, not nearly as much as you, but I bought the Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX when they went on sale for the Switch, and because Michael is wrong, but Final Fantasy VIII is one of the best ones.
Yeah, we'll pretend you're not in the minority there.
It's my favorite because it was the very first Final Fantasy I ever played, and I had no idea until later on that it completely changed the formula, and it's not anywhere near the same as the rest of them. For people who don't know Final Fantasy VIII, you junction magic and you have to draw it. It doesn't use MP or anything like that, and you get your summons are a little bit different too.
I would say 8's probably more of a black sheep than 2 when it comes to gameplay mechanics. That's saying something.
Yeah, 8's one of those that it's better if you don't level up.
Yeah, because the enemies
scale with you. But it's always really difficult to get through that game because I love the plot. I love any Final Fantasy plot. But it's so much talking, and a lot of the side quests take forever. And the Switch has some really awesome, quality of life implements to really help with that. You can actually speed up the game ×3, so you can get through a lot of that dialogue or a lot of those really long walking scenes or waiting scenes. The cool thing about that, though, is the speed up doesn't speed up any of the timers in the game.
Nice.
So that's really handy.
Does that break those sequences then? Because does it speed you up but not the timers?
Yes, it speeds you up but not the timer. So like awesome. The countdowns for the very first mission, the Dalit mission, the timer goes down normal, but you can speed up and get through it really quick.
That's handy.
Yeah, it's very handy.
That's cool.
There's also a no encounter option even before you had Diablo, which I utilize quite a bit because I hate random encounters when I'm just trying to get places. And then the one thing that I haven't used at all is kind of like a power-up button. And it's you do more damage, you take less damage, enemies are weaker. It makes grinding so much easier because I have never, anytime I've ever beaten Final Fantasy VIII, I've been maybe the highest level I've ever been is like 35. And I'm at level 99 already, and I haven't even gotten to the end of the game.
You might make me install the game. I have it on my Steam. I'm just sitting there looking at it right now.
I love this game so much. I love the story. And speaking of,
it's great.
We just had our anniversary, and Michael bought me Griever, which is the little keychain that Squall has on his
gunblade.
It's on his gunblade, but he also wears it as a necklace. And he got me the necklace for our anniversary. So I really like that.
Yours probably doesn't come to life, though, right?
No. No.
Not that we've seen.
But yeah, like I said, it's one of the very first ones I played. I like it a lot. I really like the story, and I'm a sucker for romance, and it has a pretty cute one in it. So
even if Squall's an asshole.
If you play it, you realize why he acts the way he does, and he does change throughout the game. He has some pretty good character development, but in my opinion,
the game's kind of in the news right now because the want to play cards meme is going around, especially in Overblood.
I can't find it though. I was trying to Google it while we were talking. I could not find it at all.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I probably played it for like a week straight, as much as possible. So yeah, I'm almost at the end. I just haven't gotten. I put it down because I haven't. I can't get to a few things right now with how busy I am at work. So
yeah, we got another game that you can talk about in a few minutes too.
I do really want to play FF8 again. Like I played it back in high school, but I haven't played it since then. So we're looking like early 2000s, and I keep thinking about the game. And then you talking about it right now is making me like I'm hovering above the install. Like I could work in the Sin if I can speed everything up.
Yeah, I played it when I first got it. I played it for 3 months. Over the beginning of it over and over because we didn't have a memory card because we just got it.
That would be hard.
Just played Cubivore because you couldn't save.
That's how I played Cubivore. That game.
Yeah, it's rough. It's so good.
I mean, FF8 is rough in like some senses, like the whole junction thing. But my memory, I don't remember being as bad as what people say it is. Like I remember not having a problem with it.
I don't mind the junction. It's the fact that you're discouraged from leveling up. It's a bummer.
As long as you junction properly and upgrade your weapons and stuff, it's fine. The only time I've ever had any issues is when I'm grinding on the island closest to heaven or hell because they're meant to be really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, all the junction systems really help balance that out.
You can also cheap. I think there's ways to cheap everything in this game. I just love the story. I love Renoa. Renoa is one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters.
Like Quistis.
Yeah, I know you do.
That was funny.
Very much aware of that.
All right, I've only been playing really one game since this, and I only played like once. I still am playing Magic the Gathering Chandelier, but I haven't played much because I've been too busy editing and playing stuff for the show. It's just it's my game. Once I'm caught up with editing for the week, I will play that when I watch TV instead because it requires no concentration. But when I did play it last, I didn't stop. I was supposed to go to bed and I just kept playing. I'm like, oh, one more match. I'm like, I gotta turn this crap off. Still love it, even though my deck isn't. Since I'm not playing enough, I keep forgetting what I'm actually trying to do because I have certain cards that I always get every time because I play the exact same deck every time I play this game every year that I go through it. So I keep forgetting that I'm missing certain things, and I start playing. I go, oh yeah, I don't like where I'm at yet. And just turned off.
I need to try it.
Really, all I've been playing.
Yeah, stuff with the show really takes up most of the time.
Hey, I played Third Birthday for the first time this month, so hey.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't know why I'm apologizing.
You shouldn't be apologizing.
You should be apologizing. You had a better time with it than I did, but people can listen to that episode if they want that whole scoop. I beat Spider-Man Miles Morales after having it since the day it came out, finally. Because I would always play it for a couple hours, and then it's kind of like a toned-down version of the main game, the 2018 game. Because you only have 3 or 4 gadgets, and it makes me miss all the extra stuff that's in the normal game. Like, impact webbing is the best thing ever, because you can pop a guy up in there and hit him with impact webbing, and it, catapults them onto a wall or the ceiling. They just stick to it, and it's...
All the Venom stuff's super cool, though.
That's true. And the invisibility, but... Yeah, it's definitely fun in Samurai, but it always makes me miss the main game. But I finally got through it. The story's still good. It's not as tear-jerky as the first game, but... Yeah.
So I assume Peter Parker's still okay in this one, at least.
Yeah, he goes to Europe for a couple weeks. Okay. They just put him on a bus, and so it's Miles' show now.
So he had to go see you fight Mysterio, what you're telling me?
Oh, God. You had to go there.
We will be soon.
I saw him on my stack of DVDs earlier, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we're doing that. I gotta remember to tell Bill that it's not on Disney Plus. I'm not sure if he knows.
Yeah, it's supposed to be at some point.
It's fine. Samuel Jackson's the best part of that movie.
It's a fine movie. It's not a bad movie. It's just fine. Yeah, I guess the only other thing I've been playing that I do want, even though I talked about it already for 2 hours, I want to mention it. I played BioShock again.
It's still
as everyone should know. Go check out that episode. Because I have a BioShock wallpaper right now that I think is from the DLC, which is Booker trying to grab Elizabeth's hand and show his part is Columbia and the bottom part is Rapture.
That wallpaper has been on my computer that's now dead, but it was my wallpaper on that for at least 5 years. I just don't change it. It's awesome. I love that picture. I
keep staring at it. I'm like, oh, I need to play more of this series. I don't want to do it until for the show.
We need to get a print of that and get it framed.
Yes, we do. We have a print
of that,
of something involving an infinite. My gosh,
we need to go through all of our con stuff.
Oh my gosh,
we have so many prints and
every year we go. We're like, we don't need any more prints, and then we get more.
They're too cool.
I know the feeling. We bought a few prints. I actually have a funny story with that I haven't shared on here. I actually bought a print from a guy, an Archangel print, and then when I got the job that I'm working at now, I ran into the same guy, but we'd worked together for 2 years before we realized, wait a second, I bought a print from you.
Wow, that's cool.
It was at least 2 years, because he just looked completely different, and I don't remember what it was that triggered it, but something he mentioned the convention. I'm like, wait a second, and then I put it 2 and 2 together that we had met, but neither of us realized that we'd met.
It's always fun.
Oh, that was a funny story. I have it around here somewhere. I really like Archangel a lot.
It's pretty cool. He was real big in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. I've been tempted to make you read the first arc where he comes into Fall of the Mutants, but I haven't told you that yet.
Okay.
So I've been tempted.
Is that a Mr. Sinister thing?
No, it's Apocalypse's first arc. Big arc.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's right.
That's where the horse... I mean, he's been around, he's doing things, but this is the first one where he really comes out and tries to kill the mutants, and it's an X-Factor, X-Men, and all those books.
Yeah, someday.
I know we said last time, we're going to stop doing comics, and here I am playing 10 comic episodes. Well, that didn't work out so well.
I keep finding stuff worth covering. No problem. What else you
So,
got?
huh?
What else you got?
Well, like, so Pokemon Snap came out.
Mm-hmm. New Pokemon
New
Snap.
Pokemon
Capital
Snap.
N.
And Michael's not near as excited about it as I was.
Because was it two Christmases ago, I think. When I got you the camera? Or
Yes.
your birthday? I don't
Yes.
know. One of
So,
these anniversary
yes,
things.
big reason why I like Pokemon Snap. Number one is I love the original game, but I am a hobby photographer. He bought me my first actual. Well, I had an SLR when I was younger, but he bought like the whole kit that has like the zoom lens and everything. And I pretty much take that thing everywhere with me as long as I'm not going to work, which you might have seen from my Facebook.
I haven't.
So I think that's probably a big part of the reason why I like it a lot more than he does, is just like I do photography anyway. But I was super excited, especially since it has a bunch of new Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it is definitely a little bit shorter than I was hoping for. However, it is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. It's so dang pretty. You get distracted just with the scenery trying to take pictures. And the really cool thing about it is there's different levels. So you can go through one and take pictures of stuff, and then you level up, and then everything changes. Level up again, everything changes. And it does have some replay value because there's these challenges you can complete, and there's like 4 stars for each Pokemon that's on there.
Like, different poses and
Yeah.
activities or whatever.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of replayability. I played it so much
Mhm.
the first time I got it.
I think that's the real reason you put down Final Fantasy VIII is because that came
Well,
out.
yes, yes. And
Can you have multiple save slots on it? Do you know?
I don't know.
believe so.
Because
Okay.
I'm playing it on my Switch.
I don't believe so. Is
Okay.
his name Todd?
Todd Snap? Yeah.
Yes, Todd Snap is back.
They couldn't come up with a better last name.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Oh, yeah.
remember his name.
Well, I mean, Ash Ketchum. It's
Yeah.
not any better.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Oh, no. How dare you?
Just got it.
Oh, my God.
To be fair, I grew up on Ketchum Road, so it never
Yeah,
really
that's fair. I'll give you that.
spelled almost exactly the same, so it never even really hit me until now.
Oh, my God.
Oh man.
It's like every time you talk about the legendary birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and
Yeah,
Moltres is
that's-
1, 2, 3. and
Yeah.
There's
I didn't
always
get
that
that.
one person. It's like, oh, I never noticed.
That was me until that episode.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Anyway, I like it a lot. It's very pretty. It's very cute. The animations are done really well. It's really, honestly, I've never really had any glitches with it. It flows pretty well. The only issues I've ever had is sometimes it doesn't focus on the subject you want it to, but that's more like camera placement on the game than it is like an issue with the actual mechanics.
Yeah, there was one where I took a picture of a Pokemon, like, in the distance, the very center of the frame, and it was claiming it was the partial Pokemon that was, like, barely on screen that I was taking a picture of. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I do miss the welcome back.
Yeah, it's definitely longer than just the 6 stages that
Oh,
you
yeah.
do over and over again in that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
It
that's
looks super cool. I actually bought it for $60, which is not like me, but I
Yeah,
bought it for
that's-
Tiff. I meant to play it before we did this episode, but that did not happen.
Yeah, I need to play more of it. Which we did the first episode back in episode 83. People want to go listen to that.
God, that was a while ago.
Well, that was just after I started.
Yeah, that time's a blur for me. I was not in the best mindset in July, so.
Yeah, it's wild. Wild stuff. So I've been playing mobile games, which is the weirdest thing to say because it's just the cool thing to hit on mobile games. I always kind of fell for it. But I've been playing Marvel Strike Force, which is a turn-based RPG where you use Marvel heroes and villains and generic shield and aim people.
Did you shed a tear when you just said Marvel heroes in that same sentence?
I hate you. Shut up. How dare you? I already talked about that once today. I don't
Yeah, I
want to do it again. It was the same day we recorded the top 10 superhero games. I actually talk about this game in that too for a little bit, so go listen to that. It's fun. But it's fine.
Even though it didn't
Like,
come out yet, but yeah.
yeah, well, look forward to that then. Damn time paradoxes. It's a very slow trickle of content because I've been playing probably every day for the last month and a half, 2 months. You just play for like 20 minutes and you can do all the daily stuff, but they're really stingy about giving you character shards. Usually you need 15 for like the weaker characters and then crazy amounts for the higher ones, like 100, or I think even the event characters are 310, which you cannot get the first time around, usually. Anyway, I put together a Sinister Six team, which is fun for me.
Is it like an action RPG?
No, it's actually turn-based. Like, you go, and then whoever's got the next highest speed will go. Marvel Future Fight is more of an action RPG. It kind of wants to be that Marvel Heroes thing, but obviously you're playing on mobile, and it kind of falls prey to, here's 100,000 menus with 97 different currencies. Good luck figuring out what the hell you're doing.
Well, I mean, it's designed that way.
Yeah. Like, Strike Force kind of does that too, but it's simple enough that I was able to wrap my head around it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't bother keeping with it every day. I really want Doc Ock so I can fill out my Sinister Six team. I have Alice and Dylan Electro, Swarm, which I didn't know he was in the Sinister Six at some point, Rhino, Electro, Vulture, and Mysterio, which I kind of swapped those two out. They're my two newest ones. But it's fine for what it is. I mean, it's free. I put $1 into it because they had one of the premium currencies was like, here's 100 of these things for $1. I'm like, yeah, why not? It'll just go on my Verizon bill and I'll never even notice it. So I don't think I got it. Yeah, I know.
Not even though you did it, just keep doing it.
And then it's like, well, here you can pay $29.99 for Shadowcat and a bunch of these equipment items. I'm like, I'm not paying $30. I don't care if it's Shadowcat. That's ridiculous. I learned my lesson with Marvel Heroes because I put probably $75 to $100 in that, and now it's just content I can no longer do anything with because Gazillion shut down in 2017. Damn it, you made me talk about it again.
You're welcome.
It's better than the thousands of dollars David put in that one mobile game he played all the time.
God. Yeah,
Clan something?
Oh, Clash of Clans. Yeah.
Oh, I played that bullshit too.
Oh yeah, her brother was. He was into it hard for some reason or another.
I really liked it too because a bunch of us at work played it. But you get to a point in that game where you have to put money in, or you're not getting anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's no fun.
No,
like,
that's not quit.
I understand why they do it, but just make a normal game for $60 or whatever. People will still buy it.
Yeah, it's that market. I mean, I don't mind if you get extra stuff for putting money in, but you still got to be able to enjoy the game by itself at least. And with Clash of Clans, if you don't put money in, you will not be able to play late in the game.
Yeah, that's enough.
It just takes too long for stuff to get built in time before people will raid you and just destroy it, and you'll never upgrade anything.
That's another good thing about Strike Force is there are PvP modes, but you can just completely steer clear of them too. So you can play against other people's teams, but they're not actually controlling it.
I don't play any mobile games right now. I used to play Mario Kart Tour, I think it is. I played it every day for a bit, but then I don't know. I switched phones, and either I couldn't log into my account that I had, or I just stopped caring. I don't know which one happened.
I play a mobile game.
Oh yeah, you get your what is it? It is
Cat literally
game?
Called Cat Game.
Yeah.
It is called Cat Game. It is really silly, but I enjoy it. You literally have this tower. I think I'm at level 37, and every level has a floor. So it's just this floor of 7 different cats that are themed. So we have this current one we're doing right now is campground themed, and there's dog themed cats and bird themed cats and school themed cats. It's super cute, and you just feed these cats and deliver baskets, and you spin them, and you might get a cat, you might get stuff to make decor. And there's a club aspect to once a month they have a club event that are exclusive decor and cats you can get from that, and it's just something I play ever so often. I used to play it pretty constantly, but once you play it so often, there's not that much to do anymore, except it does have a game that's very, very similar to Tetris called Blocky Cat. And it's literally set up, it's like the, how do you say it? Like the block clearing game. It's like that. Nothing falls. It just gives you 3 different blocks at a time, and you set them out 3 different blocks at a time, blah, blah, blah. So I play that pretty well constantly. So it's super cute.
Dog-themed cats.
Yeah. Yeah, they literally look like dogs, but they're cats.
Peter Venkman's rolling in his grave with this mass hysteria.
They're all adorable. I love it so
They
much.
are cute. They are super cute. And when you click on them, they do little animations.
Yeah, they're absolutely adorable.
I just can't. I try to stick with mobile games, but it never lasts long for me.
Yeah. With me, it's just something I can pull out and play for a few minutes while I'm waiting on the elevator at work or something. So, I mean, I have one that's basically just building Lego kits. It's not Lego branded license or whatever. But it's just something to pass the time instead of just doom scrolling.
Yeah, doom scrolling's not a good idea.
Yeah.
I do a lot of it, I know.
What else I got? I got the new EDF recently. EDF Earth Defense Force World Brothers, and it's a blast so far. Basically, for those who don't know, the Earth Defense Force games are you play as an EDF member and you're shooting giant. They always call them giant monsters. It's never bugs or ants or whatever. It's just monsters. But they are ants and spiders and bees and flying saucers and giant robots named Hectors for some reason. And World Brothers kind of mix it up. Instead of just playing EDF people, you play as people themed from different countries around the world. Like there's Yodel Sister from Denmark or whatever, Switzerland. And every time you rescue one of them, they come in with their own weapon and powers and stuff. So you can kind of mix and match that to make a team of 4 to kind of cover all your bases. And
Plus, it's pixel art.
it is voxel art.
Voxel art, my
Yeah,
bad.
it's 3D pixels, and it's
Adorable.
pretty cute. Yeah, it's very 3D dot game heroes in that fashion. But it's been a lot of fun so far. I just got it. I only got it because it was $13 off on Switch for like the first week. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good enough reason. So,
It's not a bad deal then.
for a brand new game, yeah, it's not bad. I need to quit buying games though. I need to slow down again because I just bought a bunch of DS games. I got X-Men Origins Wolverine, Captain America Super Soldier, Thor, whatever the F that one's called. I got Spider-Man Web of Shadows coming in the mail.
We just picked up all those DS games we bought from my best friend.
Oh, yeah. Austin sold us. We got Digimon World Dusk, which is a rarer game. That's kind of nice to have. Pokemon Ultra Moon.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember the rest of them.
Was Pokemon Ranger one of them?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's a rare game too, I think. Or all the Pokemon games are not easy to find.
Yeah, I gotta love that
Not for
first-party
cheap, at any
Nintendo
rate.
supply and demand.
Yeah.
Everything I put any kind of amount of time into.
Yeah, you know my opinion when it comes to Nintendo games, so.
Yeah, $60 is it's steep, but Earthbound was like 80 or 90 when it came out, so I kind of with inflation, it's even worse now.
Yeah, but that's just stupid. It always
One thing-
irritates me how their pricing is.
Yeah, it does suck. Stuff goes on sale, just not as much
Breath
as
of the Wild should not be $60 still.
Yeah.
It's like 4 years old. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a great game, but still, it's like, come on, drop it down to at least like 30 and sell it at 30 and be like, hey, we're still making a profit. Like,
Yeah, at least with Mario 3D World, they added on the Bowser's Fury, so you're kind of getting something new for that. Miitopia just came out for the Switch, and it's only $50.
Only?
I mean, it was a 3DS game. All they did is make it prettier and add the horses or something. I don't
so
know.
are you wearing a Nintendo shirt at the moment too and have a Nintendo hat on too, or while you're saying this, or only
No,
50?
I got a Daredevil Funko Pop shirt on. It's only 50. No, Skyward Sword is the big one. It's like, why are you releasing this for $60? It's the same game with better controls.
Because they can. And I'm surprised I'm not buying it, consider how much I love Zelda and wanted to play that game for years, but I'm just like, whatever. I'm tempted to, part of me wants to find other ways to play it, so but I haven't
Yeah,
messed with it yet.
someday.
It's
Well-
the only 3D Zelda game that I've never played at all.
I owned it at some point, but I don't think I have it anymore. I must have traded it in.
I've
Yeah.
always wanted.
Well, really, the only other thing I've been playing is 2 games at the same time because they're both
Not
on my
literally.
DS. Yeah, I've been playing I just started Apollo Justice.
The 4th game in the Ace Attorney series.
Oh yes, thank you.
After the Phoenix Wright trilogy.
Yeah, I have spoiled
Objection.
myself. I've spoiled myself for a lot of it because I read a lot of fan fiction, but it's still fine. But I got through the first case where it's the intro case, refreshing you on how to do everything, and that's about as far as I've got so far. Just because work's been crazy the last week and I've been a bit too tired. But at the same time, I've been playing Pokemon Picross on my DS, which is a free downloadable game.
Another free-to-play game.
Quote, air quotations free.
Uh-huh.
Because it's exactly what it says. It's Picross. They're all pictures of Pokemon. They have all these little challenges every time you do one, and you either earn pick rate, I think is what they call it. The money, I guess, currency in that one, or you get mural pieces to uncover 2 different murals. I think one's Groudon, one's
Kyogre.
Thank you. Yes, Kyogre. But it's free-ish. So there's an energy bar you have that you can upgrade it all the way up to the point of it being infinity. You can keep playing no matter what. But at first, you can only play for so long before you have to wait 24 hours for it to fill back up. And you only get so many pick rights every time you play. And every time there's probably like 10-ish puzzles per level. And every time you complete a level, you have to pay more pick rights to get to the next level. So typically it's really easy just to spend like $10 to get a whole bunch of them and just unlock the upgrade right away.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, I've already played it. I just unfortunately switched SD cards, so I no longer had all my saves.
I don't know.
But it's just really relaxing. It's not really that intensive, and it's just something to kind of do when you're bored.
Maybe get you that Murder by Numbers game on the Switch, where you do pick cross to find evidence. It looks wild.
I'm really good at them, too. I've gotten really, really good at them.
I used to play the original Mario's Picross on Game Boy, but about the time the 3D Picross came out on DS...
Which we have.
Yeah, I kind of went over to that, and I have trouble going back to the 2D.
I have never played a Picross game. I tried once and couldn't figure out how to play it, and that was as far as it went.
It does definitely give you a tutorial.
Yeah, and it takes practice, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at puzzles.
And that's pretty much all I've been playing. I mean, there's been games here and there, but nothing worth really mentioning.
Yeah,
okay.
I have a whole list of games that
I can see that.
Just touched on, but I'll save that for the end of the episode, because all three of us have finished Falcon and Winter Soldier since it.
Yes.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We should probably preface this. We're not going to throw out any spoilers or anything, so don't turn off.
No, we'll save that for when we deep dive in it in 3 years when we're finally ready to cover MCU.
Yeah, someday we're ready to go back to that.
All I will say is I was expecting it to be good because it's
because WandaVision was good.
And because WandaVision was good. It's a little bit of a slower start than WandaVision, but it's so amazing.
I don't think I told you. Bill said that he finally watched WandaVision. He just kind of raved about it for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, he loved it.
It's so good.
Yeah, that was funny because it had been way later after when we.
We had already finished this show, and he's like, "Oh, I've been."
It makes me very hopeful for the future episodes. I remember Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. was very hit and miss for a lot of people.
Well,
some people loved it.
They wanted
watched it
to coincide with the MCU, and then they found out after the first season they really couldn't do it the way the movies are staggered out.
Well, it's also partly with syndication, partly I think was a lot had to do with who was in charge. Different people were in charge of the movies, were in charge of TV, and they wouldn't let them play with the same pieces, essentially.
Yeah, I think it was ABC. It was on ABC, which is a little bit more limited, I guess. I don't know. But either way, I was a little tentative about any more Marvel TV shows after that. But yeah, no, it was so good.
They're mini movies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, mini movies.
Absolutely.
They're just, they're miniseries, essentially, which I like better. Except we might get a season 2 of Falcon Winter Soldier, they're saying.
I would love that. There were so many moments where I was just grinning.
Because it wasn't where WandaVision is considered just a miniseries. There's nothing coming back for that one.
Yeah,
the award show that came out.
It seems like they're setting up her in the Doctor Strange movie, because I'm pretty sure she's in that.
Well, she's in that for sure. That's already been confirmed.
Yeah.
Which should be interesting. And also, Paul Bettany's contract at the time has not been renewed for any future Marvel movies, so I'm not sure what they're doing with him, but...
Yeah.
I know who it was.
So
as of this recording, we're 3 days out from the first episode of Loki. So.
Oh,
God, is that close?
I totally
yeah, it's Wednesday.
About that.
Wow. Okay. I'll have to watch that. I've been watching Bad Batch.
Yeah, I heard about that. A guy at work was telling me about it. It's more Star Wars stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it wouldn't interest you.
Yeah, he said, I'm like, I don't know why they're releasing Loki on Wednesday. He says, I think it's so they can keep releasing Bad Batch on Friday. It must be doing well enough.
I'm sure it's doing fine. I mean, plus they need to release some kind of content. Disney Plus doesn't release a whole lot.
Yeah. They got the Mighty Duck show going on right now, which I have not watched.
Who cares about that crap? I'm not a fan of Mighty Ducks.
I wonder if people are actually paying for that premium access. You pay like $30 to watch a movie 6 months earlier than it would be. Yeah, Black Widow.
I wouldn't.
Mulan. What's the Cruella?
Oh, yeah.
Cruella.
No one wants to go see that.
Ray on the Last Dragon, which we were going to go see last week, but apparently it's not in theaters anymore. It's already out on DVD. So
it's on Disney Plus now.
Oh, is it?
Me and Tiff have been meaning to watch it, so it's there if you want to watch it.
Well,
I knew it was on there.
I thought it was still premium.
Nice.
It just came back to normal.
Maybe we'll watch that tonight then.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I mean, Bad Batch is fine. I mean, Winter Soldier was amazing. I really enjoyed that show a lot. WandaVision I enjoyed a lot too.
Yeah, WandaVision. I think I like WandaVision better just because it was something different.
I do like it a little bit better, but I still like them both quite a bit.
Yeah, that last episode of Falcon Winter Soldier is tops. It's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, they are setting up a lot of things to come in the MCU with the Young Avengers.
Oh yeah.
You can kind of they're setting the pieces for that. So
Kate Bishop and Kate Bishop's going to Hawkeye, and Ironheart's getting her own show, and Miss Marvel. And yeah, I'm excited.
I think that's gonna be the next Avengers movie we get. Will be Young Avengers at some point.
Yeah, I believe it.
Weirdly enough, my brother is very excited for Ironheart.
Really? Mm-hmm. That is surprising.
Yeah.
There's also Armored Wars, where Don Cheadle's getting his own show. Yeah.
So we get another Iron Man movie essentially.
Yep.
I'm sure Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in that show somehow.
I guarantee he'll be in there somewhere.
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised he's not in What If.
Probably because he wants too much money.
I know he said after Endgame that he didn't think he'd be coming back just because he didn't want to.
Well,
but he also said that after Iron Man 3.
Far From Home kind of proved that wrong.
Well, that's what I mean.
He likes money. You say he doesn't want to come back. He says it, and he's like, "Oh, you'll pay me $1 million more." Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more he wants to do other stuff, but then look what happened with Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah, people didn't like that.
We started watching Spider-Man, the cartoon, the 2017 cartoon.
Yep, Disney's Spider-Man, I think.
And
Disney's Marvel's Spider-Man.
We've seen the first episode already, and so we were watching like the first part of it. It's not great at the beginning.
That pilot is bad.
Even
it's like
past the pilot.
Written by characters younger than the characters that are in the show. It's not great. So I went to the first episode that caught my eye. I can't even remember which villain it was, but
I don't remember.
It was like
no, it was it not the first one with Venom, the black suit?
No. Was it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We skipped ahead to the black suit because the one we watched was bad.
It was like episode 6.
It does get much better. Like the writing gets better, the story gets better. Even the voice acting gets better, but so we've definitely missed some context. But I'm really glad we gave it another chance because we watched it like way back and was like, "Oh, this is bad," because we heard it was bad and we just kind of wanted to see. And then he read this time that apparently if you keep going, it gets much better. I'm really glad we gave it a second chance.
Yeah, because I know it. They introduced a hell of a lot of characters. Like speaking of Ironheart, I'm pretty sure she's in it somewhere. Wow. And yeah, just a lot of people. Miles,
they got it.
Miles is in it. Gwen's in it. All the big names right now.
In the context for Ironheart, so people know who she is, like the same thing they did with Guardians when they just started shoehorning the Guardians into different cartoons.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was episode 7.
Yeah, because you saw the black suit and you went ahead and watched it. But yeah, I'm glad we gave it another chance because it was really good.
Yeah.
We haven't finished it yet.
Right near the end of season 1, I think.
Yeah.
Spider Island. Arc.
Oh, they go there?
Oh, yeah. And then season 3 is called Maximum Venom, or I think it's all about the symbiote. So what have you been watching, Mike?
I've been watching more Stargate SG-1. I'm almost done. I'm in the last season of the show. And then I found out that the show ends, but they don't wrap up the story arc. And they have a TV movie that wraps up the story arc with the villain that they're fighting.
So like Firefly.
That got canceled and wrapped up. This is a little different. I mean, this went on. They had a spin-off show that was still going. That was in like season 3 at the time when it ends. But season 9 and season 10 of Stargate SG-1, which I've been watching, are where the main character who'd been on the show, the guy that played MacGyver, he quits at season 8 because he just got tired of doing the show.
Yeah, after 8 seasons, I believe it.
Oh, yeah, and you can tell. But it's really good. And they had an episode that hit me really hard called The Fourth Horseman. It's a 2-parter where they have a plague that hits the world, and they're lying to people, oh, it's just the flu, it's just this, don't worry about it. And they're trying to contain it, and it just starts spreading and spreading. I'm like, ooh, this hits really bad.
Was that made before or after?
Way before.
Way before. At 2008, I think.
Oh, okay. I have not heard of this.
It's really
funny.
funny.
Stargate SG-1?
I've heard of the movie. I didn't know it was a TV
My condolences. Movies. I rewatched the movie like midway through the show. I started rewatching the movie again. The movie's fine, but the show is good.
I've seen it.
It's funny the way that COVID gives everything new context. Like I mentioned the Mario RPG episode when the Shy Guys are in Toad Town. You talk to the couple that you see getting married later on. She's like, I found the perfect venue to get married, but we can't go outside anymore. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, it's really good. Season 9 and 10 has completely new characters that weren't in the show at all that show up and take over. You have 2 people from Farscape show up in the show and become part of the main cast.
See, I've heard of all these shows, but I have no experience with them.
Well, there was a real funny part when they get to episode 200, they do like a whole there's a guy trying to make a TV show about Stargate, and so they can have like a false story to feed the government or feed the media in case the government thing gets out. And during that, they had one of the people pitches essentially Farscape, so they all dress up like they're in Farscape, and the guy's like, "Nobody's heard of that show before. What the hell is this?" And I just started laughing because I knew what the reference was.
Speaking of Firefly, there's an episode where Castle is dressed up as his character in Firefly, and his daughter's like, "Hey, weren't you a space pirate a couple years ago or something?" About the time the show ended or the movie or whatever. It's really good.
Yeah, I didn't get the context until he explained it. I've never seen it either.
You're kind of snickering that. Were you thinking of the Supernatural episode? Yeah, where they go in and it's a
little different, but it's still.
You want to explain it since I don't know what it's about?
Yeah, there's a Supernatural episode, and I am going to get rained by my fellow fans because I am blanking on the dang name of the name of it. Oh my god, of the episode. Anyway, so without getting into too much detail on lore of Supernatural, they essentially come to our universe, where Supernatural is a TV show. The characters do, Sam and Dean.
I know what you're talking
about. They end up on the set, and the producer is still the same. It's obviously actors, but it's the producer and it's the writer, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And it's like, and they're very confused, and so they have to actually act out a scene. So it's Jared and Jensen being Sam and Dean pretending to be Jared and Jensen,
pretending to be Sam
to be Sam and Dean.
Wow.
And
it was really funny.
It was so hard for them to act badly because obviously Sam and Dean have no idea how to act.
Mm-hmm.
So so they're just in our universe where it's a TV show and they're making fun of themselves. It's pretty great.
The Spider-Man cartoon did that too for its very last episode, where Spider-Man's dimension hopping and he ends up going the 90s Spider-Man. I should have clarified. Where he ends up in Stanley's office. And Stanley's like, hold my calls. I think I just went crazy or something. That's a good show.
Hold on.
And the only other thing I want two other things I want to mention. One, I've been watching more Big Bang Theory season 2, season 3, and season 4 since we last talked for the second time. I told myself once we finish all 10, we're not going back. We're done.
Mistake.
I am not going to watch that show a third time, but it's still so funny. I'm just laughing. I'm like, why am I laughing at these jokes? I already know the joke. Stupid show.
To season 8, and we kind of stopped for whatever reason. We haven't gone back to it.
What was it?
Big Bang Theory.
Bang.
Oh,
she was like
because
the
we
name
didn't
of that
have
episode.
we didn't have season 9 yet.
We didn't finish 8 though.
Well,
you have access to it now.
Yeah,
he's introduced me to a lot of shows I've never.
Oh, a lot.
But yeah, French Mistake. Sorry, I remembered the name of the episode. I had to look it up.
And then the other thing I've been watching is Tiff made me watch the most horrible movie I've ever seen in my life.
No, we're going to talk about this again.
What is it?
It's very brief.
Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, she wanted an episode about. We might one day, but God, is it awful.
And by we, you mean the two of you?
Yes, because I'm pretty sure I can't find another sucker to join me. So
no, you won't be able to talk me into it either. So
it's terrible. It's so bad.
Well, Mike, you and I have both been watching What Happened on YouTube by Matt McMuscles, where he basically talks about why games are bad, like specific games.
It's so really funny.
We mentioned it a bit in the X-Men Destiny episode where he talks about Silicon Knights being hot garbage for his 2 Human episode.
It's surprisingly really good.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of his content recently. He's really funny.
Same. I watch a ton of it too.
He does the mediocre Spider-Man where he plays through various Spider-Man games.
Him! Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't we watched him play The Simpsons?
Oh, yeah. He has Simpson reference where he just plays some Simpsons games and pretty much just makes endless references during them. And that got us to watch a couple of Simpsons episodes, too, after that.
And a bunch of Simpsons compilations.
Yeah, the best of each character. Oh, you just remembered the Ned Flanders family reunion where he's got I can't remember the character's name, but it's basically a Mexican Ned Flanders. Buenos ding dong diddly dias. Yeah.
Okay. I do enjoy. I watch a lot of YouTube too now.
Sorry.
Get some good content on YouTube, surprisingly.
Oh yeah, like you really don't need cable anymore between the streaming services.
Yeah, I watched the entirety of Jacksepticeye play
Resident
Evil 8.
And then messed up.
Oh man, it's got a great plot to me though. I don't know. I cried at the end.
No, that's
Don't worry.
pretty
I mean, there's a good chance me and Mike are playing 7 this year.
good. Oh, God, we'll see.
I know. I don't know
I'll be there
if
with you for that one
Mhm.
because I know those kind of games are hard for you.
We do own it now.
7's fine. 7 becomes a shooter halfway through. You won't
Mhm.
you'll like it once you get halfway through because you can just shoot everything.
That's fun. I do like that.
Yeah.
That's I don't want to say why it happened, but halfway through the game changes and you have ammo and it becomes a shooter. It essentially is a shooter. It's just, and even like the whole part of him, like him hunting you, just look at a guide and go exactly where it tells you to go and you'll be fine. He's not hunting you as much as the game tries to make you think he is.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
I got to the boss fight with him in the garage.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
part's
that.
not. And the last thing I want to mention that happened during this month is I bought the Score Bunny plush at Build-A-Bear.
Nice.
Cute.
I love Score Bunny.
Me and Tiff have been collecting those Pokemon Build-A-Bears. We're missing 3, I think, because of COVID. I couldn't get to the mall, and the mall wasn't open. So I'm missing Mew, Dragonite, and Vaporeon.
There's a Mew Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that.
I had forgotten.
We've been
My
trying to
condolences.
find the Mew
Sorry.
Pop Final,
Mm-hmm.
and it just doesn't exist right now.
Mew's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
It's $100 on eBay. Damn.
Has been since the beginning. We do have a Build-A-Bear down at our
Mhm.
local mall plaza thing we go to every so often, but man, they're just so pricey.
Mhm.
Yeah, they are.
I'd be better off just like ordering it online than going in there with a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
I hate going there alone. When I won't
The
do
last-
the thing. I'm like, no, just make the bear. We're not doing any dancing. We're not doing any shaking hearts. Just put the thing in the bear. Let's go.
The last thing I started watching was I had to wait until I went out to my parents' house. My mom and I binged watched most of the last half of season 5 of Lucifer because it just came out. Like, no spoilers for that because it literally just came out like last week or the week before. I'm almost all the way through it. I haven't watched the very last episode yet. I kind of stayed up till like 5 in the morning watching it, 4 in the morning watching it the other day.
Well, it sounds like something you do.
To be fair, I closed the next day anyway. But man, that show is so dang good. But I got my mom into it, so now anytime there's a new season, I have to wait to watch it with her. So I'm so happy because it was originally ran 2 seasons and it got canceled by, I don't remember who the heck it was. And then Netflix picked it up. And typically Netflix has a habit of 3 seasons and then it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And which we thought that's what we thought was gonna happen. And then they picked up for season 4. And it's like, oh, okay, is this going to be the last season? And they picked up for season 5 right before the pandemic. And again, season 5 was supposed to be it. They said this is the final season. All the producers said this is the final season. And then I think the reason why it's half and half is because of COVID. They had to wait because I think they film in Vancouver just like Supernatural does. And then they announced on Twitter, 6-7 months ago, sometime this last year, they announced they're going ahead with a 6th season. So I've been waiting for the last half of season 5 for 8 months. So I was super excited that it finally came out.
It's weird to release half a season.
They had to, unfortunately, because I think they got through the first part of filming it, and then they just kind of finished that bit, and then they had to wait to do the second half, something like that. I haven't actually looked up the actual reason, but I'm guessing that's probably the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I've just been watching random anime like Food Wars when I'm doing stuff I've already seen.
Yeah, we watched a few episodes of DC Superhero Girls.
Oh yeah,
It's actually a super cute show. It's definitely one I think we're going to keep going. That game just came out on Friday. I might actually need to play that because I'm a child.
I saw it when I was at Walmart.
Yeah.
It's definitely for younger audiences, but it's still got enough humor for adults that it doesn't feel too childish to watch.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, it's very funny too.
And then we watched a couple of random episodes of Justice League Unlimited because I was kind of on a DC kick for a while. We watched the Dark Heart episode with the Atom, who was voiced by John Glover, which I didn't know. It was Lionel Luthor from Smallville, Lex's dad. But he's got one of my favorite lines in that entire series when it's like, Casey, it's now bigger than my car. Personally, I blame you. She's like, well, why is it my fault? He's like, well, otherwise it'd be my fault. I'm a professor, and that can't be right. And then we watched the Booster Gold episode, The Greatest Story Never Told, which I think is my favorite episode in that series.
It's pretty great.
It's real good. I don't want to go into too many details about it, but I got called out for calling him Green Lantern recently, and I had to explain that it's from that episode.
We watched the Batman.
Oh, Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Yes.
Yeah, that show is goofy as hell, but it's still pretty good. Good voice cast. I think that's all we've been up to.
It's everything I've been up to.
We had our anniversary.
Yeah, we had our anniversary. That was the thing that happened.
Took a week off work.
Yep. Spent too much money on each other.
Yeah.
The usual.
Trying to find him a PS5. Couldn't find one anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not holding my breath on that one. We don't need
That's bad right now still.
Yeah, I know. I did buy him a Ninja smokeless grill.
Yeah, we do have that. Well, I made turkey burgers. Well, you made turkey burgers, and they were excellent.
Is it bad that when you said ninja, the first thing that popped in my head was ninja rap? First thing. Just immediately, ninja rap popped in my head.
It's better than that than some kind of Twitch streamer.
Agreed.
And you did just play Sport last time.
It's on my list.
You played what?
Spore.
Because we were watching Joe Cat play Spore, and they were making this monstrosity. It's basically the golden arch from McDonald's brought to life. It's horrifying.
You said you have played or you have it?
I've heard of it. I've never played it, though.
Oh, it's great. I had it on my old laptop when I was in college.
Yeah, she's got physical discs of it.
Yes, I do. My best friend and I, this was before they locked out the codes after they've been used. So my best friend and I both kept using them because he had the Galactic Pack and the cute and creepy Parks Pack. So he and I played it all the time because my best friend's a very artistic person. So he actually, they had all these leaderboards and like he was at the top of a lot of favorites for like just across the nation because he did an amazing job making creatures.
He's super creative at pretty much anything he does.
Yeah, I know. I hate it. I love him. But dang, he just started doing like clay figures and resin and they're amazing. And he does like painting and drawing. And I was like, dude, is there anything you're not good at? Can you just stop for a minute? But yeah, I
made a creature that's basically a vertical pickle with 4 legs. And then I gave it a proboscis basically on the bottom of it. So it has to teabag its food to eat it. It wasn't my intention, but when I started eating food, I'm like, oh yeah, he's just kind of teabagging that. Okay.
Yeah, and then I just bought it today to reinstall it because I forgot how much I enjoyed that game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And did you have a list of things you wanted to mention?
Oh yeah, I have a list.
Okay, so we're just about done, I think.
Yeah. So I got a month of PS Now recently. Otherwise, this is more bloated than normal. So I guess you can stop me if you want to talk about any of them, but we got Alien Nation, Anthem, APB Reloaded, Batman the Brave and the Bold for DS, which I actually beat, Ben 10 Power Trip, Biomutant, Bioshock 2, Captain America Super Soldier on the DS, Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, Crazy Taxi, Daemon X Machina, Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, Dead Rising 2, Dead Rising 4, Dead Rising Off the Record, Detroit Become Human, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Eat Them, Gravity Rush, Homefront Revolution, trying to unlock Time Splitters 2, but I didn't realize I had beat the game first. That game is rough. Immortals Phoenix Rising, King of Fighters 13, Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, Marvel Contest of Champions, Marvel Puzzle Quest, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect Andromeda single player and multiplayer, Mega Man 8, Mega Man 9, Mighty Number 9, Mighty Gunvolt Burst, Paper Mario, Pathfinder and Kingmaker, Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, Plants vs. Zombie, Garden Warfare 2, Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Sword, Pokemon TCG, Pokemon Ultra Moon, Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction, Scribblenauts Unleashed, Spore, Street Fighter 5, Streets of Rage 4, Style Savvy Fast and Forward, Super Metroid, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World of Light, Tales from Space, Mutant Bobsleigh Attack, Umbrella Corps, Watch Dogs Legion, and Zombie Army 4.
That's a lot of games.
In a month. Since the last time we did one of these.
And I only saw you playing maybe like 5 of those.
Yeah, it's usually like an hour tops. And then I'll go on.
I can't do that. If I start a game, I have to finish it in most cases. I have to. It isn't. I mean, I didn't beat Bloodstain like I should have, but I have a weird thing with that with games.
Yeah, it's
hence the reason why the show exists.
Better than doing what I do, I guess. I mean, if you're enjoying it, if you hate it, there's really no sense in keeping at something.
Robotech Battle Cry.
Most of the games last season.
Yeah. All right. Any last thing we should say before we wrap this up?
I don't think so.
Okay.
This was fun, though.
Yeah, it went longer than I expected.
Yeah, well, we had more to talk about than last time, I think.
Yeah, we did. for sure.
We had a guess. That helps.
Too. So if you enjoyed this episode, you can go check out our other What Have You Been Playing? We're going to do one of these. We only did one other one in May, but you can go check out our regular episodes. We do games, we do movies, we do comics. There are lots of stuff for you to go find. We are going to be MCU, and we're almost done. So get and check out what's going on for those. Lots of stuff. You'll find something that I'm sure you'll want to listen to. Nothing to watch, but you can try. You can watch a little video on YouTube of just the logo.
Go watch Thor: Dark World.
Yeah, people try. Right now, I want to give a shout out for awesome intro and outro, courtesy of Bobby, aka Mike Tony from ZP Bite the Blitz, along with the Cool Kid Squad. Definitely go check him out. You'll see a link in the show notes. And we have a Patreon right now. And during the time that you're hearing this, we have a poll that is going on to decide what we're going to first cover in our pilot test episode. So definitely go find that Patreon and throw us $1. You can throw a vote in. So help us out. Help us all vote so we don't have a tie and have to figure out what the hell we have to do with a tie. So go vote.
Got 2 DC cartoons and 2 Marvel cartoons. The best of the best.
Pretty much. So definitely go check that out. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube. So go find us on all the social media. Please like and subscribe to us. Helps us out a ton if you get the chance. And I think that's everything I need to say. So we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.